Greetings, fam. Come on in. Y'all know what time it is. Always wind down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. Y'all know what we do when we come in. We do what? We hit that share button because what? Sharing is caring. Correct? Okay. Today was an amazing, beautiful day. I'm going to be doing a little sharing here, and hopefully you all will join me in. Okay? Gratitude. Greetings, everyone. Come on in the room. Yeah. Y'all know how we do it when you come into the room. We do what? We hit that what? Share button. Because what? Sharing is caring. Right? Okay. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a little sharing. Get our audience build up before we get into this topic tonight. I think it's going to be a really, really good topic. And we'll see where everybody's at in terms of how you think, how you feel, you know, what you believe. Right? Yeah. It's going to be good. Shout out tonight to my boy, the original gangster, DJ Boogie, by way of 312-217 in the ATL. It's his birthday. Shout out to my son, Elia. Shout out to my other son, Melchizedek. Lehui Nahomya Ibn Komir. Shout out to you all the birthday people. Shout out to my baby sister, D. Clay, who's had a birthday this month. Shout out heavenly birthday to my grandmother, Zelma Hampton. Shout out to your grandma. Yes, indeed. I know you're journeying well. That's what we tend to do. What's going on? The intuitive one, baby Craig Leverett, is in the house. Man, I'm trying to get you on a truth session. You need to contact me so I can get you on the truth session, baby. Yes, indeed. Oh, I see she in the house, y'all. Priestess LaVale, ATL, baby. That's South Kakalaki, baby, the intuitive one. That's South Kakalaki in the house. What's going on, the intuitive one? Yes, indeed. Hey, y'all, that's a very knowledgeable brother. That brother drop it like it's hot. I'm trying to get him back into the truth session where he can thrive there. He can drop it on y'all, fam. Show enough. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Queen Octavia, you all, who has been really keeping us afloat here in Wind Down Wednesday, also in the truth session. Really, really donates and provides certain things that we need. And let me say this. It's very important to note, you all, that if everyone that comes in, yes, indeed, if everyone that comes in, if everyone that shares just a little bit of what they have financially, it helps us a great deal. We're not asking anyone to empty their pockets. We just ask you, listen, donate, help us out, right? Yes, sir, I hear you. I hear you, King. Yes, sir, I'll be in the house soon. Yes, sir. I know you're moving around. I know you have a lot to do over there. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. But we're going to be dealing with something that's going to be off the chain tonight. Do you know people of color are not considered citizens? I want to see how many of you all know that we're not considered citizens. Isn't that interesting? And we'll get into that. We're going to get into that because it's very important to note, because we have those that really believe that they are a citizen, right? Oh, she in the house tonight. That's one of my long lost children. ADW, what's going on, girl? That's 217 in the house, y'all. Representing. I see we're going to be on fire tonight. I know we're going to have a lively conversation, right? Okay, so look, go ahead and hit that share button, because you all know what? Y'all know what? Sharing is what? Caring. That's right. Let me hit the share button myself while I'm asking you all to do it. Let me hit a few little shares here, and I'm going to introduce you all to this wine. The wine, the name of the company that does the wine is called Cooks, COOK''S. And they make a really good wine that's relatively inexpensive for those that do wine. We're not encouraging you to drink wine if you don't. Maybe you have tea tonight. Maybe you have water, Sprite, Coke, milk, whatever you may have. Hey, it's applicable. You can utilize it here in what? Wine Down Wednesday. Therapy with a Sip, grown folk conversation. Oh, it's the biggest, the largest. It's the People's Podcast, right? Yes, indeed. So let me hit this share button. You guys go ahead and hit it as well, as I aforementioned. Yeah. My day, as always, I'm in meditation, preparing to come out and hang out with you guys so that we can have the right frequency and right energy to be able to share. Okay. Again, tonight I'm repping for DJ Boogie. They're going to be having a birthday bash for him in the ATL on tomorrow. On Saturday night. An all-white party they're going to be having for him. Shout out to him. Grown folk past the present. I normally do security for him. So there may be a chance that I may be in the house in the ATL, baby. Yes, indeed. Isn't that something? Yes, indeed. The ATL. That's where it all happens, y'all. It jump off in the ATL. You have to keep your head on a swivel when you're in the ATL. Yes, indeed. She in the house. Queen Octavia, baby. ATL in the house. ATL be repping, y'all. They be repping. They be repping all the time. 217 be in the house as well. Not gonna leave you all out. That's my hometown. 217, baby. 217. I'm orange and black. Orange and black. 217. Yes, indeed. Everybody good? Y'all good out there? I'm just gonna drop a few more shares here, and then I'm gonna join you guys, and then we're gonna go ahead on and get into this. Okay. Yes, indeed. All right. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker, baby, is in the house. Y'all hear me? Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, I see you, Pastor. What's going on? Greetings. Greetings. All right. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I told y'all we're going to have a full house today. It's getting ready to go down. Yes, indeed. Okay, you was in the metro. You was down that way? All right. All right. All right. Again, y'all, that's Pastor, y'all. That's North Kakalaki. We got North Kakalaki in the house. Yes, indeed. We got the ATL North Kakalaki, South Kakalaki 217. Oh, baby, we got it going on. Hey, JJ, what's up? Hmm. Yeah, we about to make it do what it do, y'all. Y'all know, y'all do know, y'all on the biggest, the largest podcast. It's the People's Podcast, Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. Who me? I'm your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Oh, for sure, though. We're gonna get it on, though. Oh, yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Listen, without further ado. Uh-oh, she in the house, y'all, tonight. Queen Tracy Love. Shout out to you, Queen. That's North Kakalaki also in the house. Oh, y'all representing. We up in here. We're gonna make this do what it do, baby. Tonight's topic is what? Do you know people of color are not considered citizens? And if we're not considered citizens, do you all know what they refer to us as? We're gonna get in it. Yes, indeed. The biggest, the largest. That's right. That's right, Queen Tracy. Shout out to King Anthony Love. Shout out to you. Shout out to them. They also are donors that keep us spinning on and on. Shout out to the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. Shout out to the Prince of Peace. Shout out to Queen Octavia. Shout out to T Swin, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast, for their continual support. Yes, 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 for the continual support. And shout out also to Pastor Singletary. She's come in and haven't stopped donating yet. Shout out to you too. And shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to Black Moses Freedom Festival, Queen Basu. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dr. Clea. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dr. Stephanie. Shout out to King Ross Jamar. That's Savannah, Georgia. Yes, indeed. Oh, we got it going on, y'all. We're going to make it do what it do. Today was a nice day. We had about 80 some degrees outside. Nice little breeze blowing through. Oh, it was on like a telephone. Oh, yes, indeed. Listen, with extended grateful gratitude, I am always elated to be in you all's presence, and I don't take it for granted. Okay? So we want to make sure that we are properly prepared with information for you all, and so that we can have the highest level of conversation based off of respect. So here's what I'm going to do. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you all to this wine, and we're going to get into this conversation. Is that all right, fam? What's up, DW? What you say? DW said we thought as this since our ancestors, but we're going to keep on keeping on. Also, shout out to DW too. She's a donor as well. Shout out to you, 217. Yes, indeed. But look at this, y'all. I want to introduce you all to this. Introduce to some and present to others. It's called Cooks. It's a rosé, you all, and it's really sweet. Sisters, y'all will really love this. It's bubbly. Yeah, it tickle your nose. It'll tickle your nose. So listen, let's go ahead and pour up this bale. All right? All right. Let's pour up this bale. Y'all know that's how they give us what for $14.99. Don't pay $14.99 for your bale. Shout out to Queen Octavia for a set of these wine glasses, these crystal glasses. These the real deal. These are not generic. Shout out to you, Queen Octavia. Yes, indeed. Yes, Queen Octavia said we had seen this property. Okay. All right. Yes, indeed. I agree. Yes, indeed. So here's the toast. You all know what my famous toast is. May you live forever, and shall I never die. Oh, That demonstration, fam, is off the chain. Y'all gotta check that out. Yes, indeed. Yeah, y'all gonna have to check that out. Yes, 14.99. Y'all know when we go to the restaurant. How many of you all know that when we hit that restaurant, they're gonna hit us for 14.99. Also, depending upon what you're sipping on as well. I mean, if you're hitting something a little generic, that's okay too. They'll get you for 9.99, right? They'll hit you for 9.99. 9.99. Hey, DW, if you're having a problem with Facebook, go over to YouTube. Go over to my YouTube channel. Okay. Let me get that and drop that on the timeline. If any of you all are having any problem with Facebook tonight, please do this for you, for me, and for us. Just head over to my YouTube page, or I'm simultaneously streaming to two of my YouTube page. One is Wind Down Wednesday page, and then also you can hit the True Session page. Okay, and then you can hit my again. You can hit my YouTube page. Okay, fam. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me get this for you guys. If um um it is the, let me see if I can get this right. Uh, mm, JP is not here. He normally does this for me. But if you put it in like this, you'll get to my page. Okay. Put it in like this, D1, and then put an exclamation point. Okay. That'll be YouTube. Okay. Okay. That'll be YouTube. You can put that there. You can find it there. Okay. And there it is right there. That'll really take you right there at the 163.82. There it is right there. You see it? It's up there for you. Okay. All right. So tonight's topic: do you know people of color are not considered citizens? How many of you all know that? If you know that, put a one on the timeline. Okay. Put a one on the timeline. If you don't, put a two on the timeline. There's nothing to be ashamed about because what? We're sharing what? Information. Because why? Information brings about what? Transformation. It is the information that allows us to transform things and move things around and bring them into their proper perspective, right? It's information. Okay. So I see y'all hitting them ones on the timeline. Now, my next question to you: if you know that color people of color are not considered citizens, do you know what they are referred to as or what they call us? If you know it, put a one on the timeline. If you don't, put a two. If you know it, put a one on the timeline. If you don't, put a two. And it's okay if you don't know. That's all right. Right? Because tonight's the night you're gonna find out, right? Tonight is the night you shall find out. Okay. Now, if you put a one on that timeline, I'm gonna challenge you to know what that is. All right. Because it's a certain term. It's a certain term that they use for non-citizens. And we know that we are the Aborigines. We know that we are the original inhabitants of these plains, not the Indonesian Indians that come over here. those European for educational purposes only, those European Indians that come over here that have stolen our identity, and those aping ones for educational purposes only, aping ones, which are Jews that are attempted to steal our identity. There's always an attempt of theft of our identity. Everyone wants to be us but us. We're trying hard not to be ourselves. Are you listening to me? Okay, gratitude, Queen. So listen, listen. Everyone but us know who we are. We are the only ones that don't know who we are. And when we find out who we are, we still fight against it because somehow it attacks the inner core of what we've been taught to believe. Because you believe a thing doesn't make it true. Okay? It doesn't make it true. Let me see if I can grab something for you guys here. Hold on just a second. Okay. 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 Now, we've all heard of what we refer to as the usage panel, right? Usage panel. The usage panel it's comprised of those that determine what a definition should be and what it should mean. They're called the usage panel. For those of us that don't know that, I had to learn that as well. I didn't know that. So I had to learn that. Now I've been knowing that for years, but still I didn't know that. It was referred to as the usage panel. And this is very important to note because the usage panel is comprised of those that are appointed by certain people that want certain things to mean certain things. How many of you all know that we have the authority and ability to determine what our definitions are going to be and what they really mean? So we've left off on developing intellectual insight, right? Because we've depended upon others who we think know what they're talking about. Okay. So hold on just a second for me. I'm going to grab something here for you guys. Okay. And I'm going to put it up there. Give me just a second. Okay. All right. Let me see if I got it. Let me see if I got it for you guys. Okay. All right. Let's look at okay, let's look at what the usage panels say. Okay. I'm gonna put it up here for you all. You see it in the window? Okay. If you can see that in the window, put a 2 on the timeline for me. I'm not just trying to get you guys just to do something, but if you can see that, put a 2 on the timeline so we can get on the same page. I want you guys to see that. Look at that and read it. Now, this is what the usage panel says that a citizen means, right? Right? It says A legal recognized member of a country or state who has rights like voting, legal protection, and responsibilities like obeying laws, taxes, etc. Right? Okay. So now just take a minute to think about it. Now, if people of color were citizens, why did they have to invoke a voting act, a voting rights act? Come on, talk to me. Right? Most of us, we are citizens. No, you're not. And you still aren't. Because every year, what is the fight about? What? Voting rights. Who are they trying to disenfranchise? What? People of color. Why? Because they don't consider you as a what? Citizen. So there is another term that they use for you or for us for educational purposes only. This isn't misinformation or disinformation. This is information that we like, that we lack. And guess what? We won't be patient enough to even listen long enough to get the information so that we can know where we're at and how we need to demonstrate with this, right? We want a quick fix for everything. We want everything to be instantaneous. Why? Because our thought processes have been sped up, right? Right, through what? The change of the frequencies. They've changed the frequencies in your mind to deal with your chemical aspect as well as your electrical aspect in your brain so that they can control your what? Behavior. They can control what? Your emotions. If they can control your emotions, they control the impulse of your brain, right? And this is what the whole thing is about. The whole thing about the whole thing about this is that those that have the true authority, which is us, which we've been here long before anybody ever got here, they have changed the frequency. And as a result of changing the frequency, they change how you think, right? And how you behave, right? So now what you have is people of color, not all, are trying to take on the behavior of our European counterparts. Ah, you say, really? Yes. The contacts, the changing of the color of the eyes, the hair, right? The extensions, the wigs, and all of that. And then there's those that have what? Slimmed down their what? Lips, right? Taking away some of their hips. When our European counterparts, for educational purposes only, are trying to get wider hips, bigger gluteus maximums, right? Meaning big butts. And we're trying to lose ours because what are they doing? They're trading places with us. And they're doing a pretty good job of it, might I say. They're doing a pretty good job of that. So, but let me put this back up here. So the usage panel again says a citizen is what? A legal recognized member of a country or state who has what? Rights. Haven't we been what have we been fighting for? What? Rights, right? Why? Because we're not a what? So what are we still fighting for? If you know that we're still fighting for rights, put a 3 on the timeline so we can all get on the same page, right? If you know that we're still fighting for rights, put a 3 on the timeline, which lets you father know that you're not a what? A citizen. right? So that means that they're referring to you as something else. Now, I know I'm going to get some pushback from those that think that they really know, but they don't. Because why? They really don't research. They really don't. We go off of what someone else said without doing what? Researching it. So we're not considered as that, right? Okay. Now, real quick, Prince of Pieces in the house. Greetings. Um, so real quick, if you know who and what we are referred to, put it on the timeline. Give us enough time and we'll just take a toast during that particular time. Go ahead. If you know what that is, put it on the time. Okay. It's grown folk conversation, baby. It's the biggest, the largest. It's the people's podcast, baby. Wind down Wednesday. Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Didison. And you can spell it both ways, Queen Octavia. Yes. Yes. You can spell it both ways. Yes. Thank you, Queen Tracy. Y'all know I taught on this years ago. Salute, fam. Isn't that something? If you knew that, put a 4 on the timeline if you knew that. So let me put this out here for you guys, all right? Okay. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a step grown folk conversation. I am your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. And we're getting deep into this conversation. Isn't that something? Okay. All right. All right. All right. I see y'all. Yes, indeed. Queen Tracy, because of you. I know, right? Gratitude. Gratitude for that, Queen. Gratitude. Yes, indeed. Everybody good out there? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get this out here. All right. Now, let me put this out. Hold on just a second, man. Okay. Now, I want y'all to take a look at this. I'm posted up on the screen for you guys. I want y'all to take a look at this. Okay. All right. Go ahead and read it. Salute. Again, shout out tonight to the sponsors tonight, the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. Also, shout out to King Craig Leverett, the intuitive one. Also, he's a supporter of Wind Down Wednesday in the Truth Session. Shout out to you. Shout out also to Priestess Lavelle. Shout out to T Swin, Man Can Always Be Wrong podcast. And also, if you haven't had an opportunity to pick it up yet, listen, y'all want this read. Love is for suckers. Okay? All right. By T Swin, Man Can't Be Wrong. Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Okay. All right. So, do you all see that? Look at that. A person who lives in a place but is not what? A legal citizen there. Often a what? Resident, immigrant, or long-term visitor with limits or no political rights. What is Trump trying to do now? Isn't he trying to say this exact thing to rid the original or the aborigines of this land from this land, right? So that they don't consider you or us citizens, they consider us denizens or denizens. You can spell and enunciate it either way. But you got look. So here's the conundrum. We're trying to fit into a system that was never built for us. But what we are doing is living in a world that has been hijacked by our counterparts and restructured and remade for their survivability and not ours. So what are we left to do? We're left what? Destitute, begging. We're begging. We're not demanding. We're begging for what? Crumbs that fall from the master's table for educational purposes only. We're not assuming the position of those that have the authority to command the universe to respond to us. Most of us don't know that the universe is waiting on us. Because by chance, I guarantee you, the universe had somehow already contacted you. And it was a little subtle nudge, but you're thinking because how the church has taught us that you're going to fall out and all of this power and the glory of heaven is going to open up. The universe don't work like that. The universe works through sensitivity. And I'm dealing with this in my book called When You Get Struck. And I'll be releasing it soon. And it's something that you really want to pick up. Right? Greetings. Greetings to Son Jones. Ciance Jones. Please forgive me if I'm enunciating that incorrectly or to my head and not my heart. But gratitude for you stopping in on a Wednesday in the Wind Down Wednesday session, the biggest, the largest, the People's Podcast. I am your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Isn't that interesting? What do you all think about that? I mean, you see it, right? Let me put it back up so you can read it again. I'll read it again. A citizen is a person who lives in a place but is not a legal citizen there. So what they're saying is we have no rights. Why? Because we are from Akabulan or Africa, and we all came over on ships. That's not true. It was only a number of us come over on ships, but there were those of us that were already here. The indigenous ones or the aborigines ones were already here. Not only were we already here, but we had servants. We then called them slaves because our European counterparts have always misconstrued what they were looking at. They have always taken and misused and abused a system. Oh, y'all gonna hear me and you'll hear me well tonight. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. If you ain't grown, get your ass out the room. All right. All right. Y'all talk to me. I'm gonna take a sip. I'm trying to get through one bale and then I can pour up another bale. But y'all come on and talk to me. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. All right, Queen Octavia, what you say? Queen Octavia says, if that is the mindset, how many other groups fit into this label in terms of the only people that were called colored people are who? If you know what that is, put a 5 on the timeline. Who are the only people that were called colored people? People. The only people that were called colored people. Look back in the 70s. Who were the only people? Yeah. If you know who they were, put a 5 on the timeline. I know what that term is. I know who those people were referred to because I was in that particular time frame. Hello, somebody. And say it again, Queen Octavia. I'm referring to people like the president's wife. We already know she's an immigrant. He's an immigrant for educational purposes only. They're both immigrants. They're not indigenous of this particular land. In fact, none of them are indigenous of any land. However, we can say they are indigenous of caves for educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. They were in caves when we were building kingdoms, which is why we use the phrases kings and queens. Why? Because we understand that at its highest apex in understanding, in overstanding, and surround standing. So we aren't confused. We have just rejected our own survivability. We rejected our own authority. When you when you're unwilling to carry your authority, then the most high, the universe, the source cannot utilize you as a vessel, right? In essence, then, we're doing this to ourselves. Doesn't take anyone to do it to us. We're doing it to ourselves because we won't rise up and ascend back to the throne. Do you not know the moment that we ascend back to the throne? Listen, nature herself, Gaia, the mother, ah, guess what's going to happen? She's going to respond and begin to move in our favor, right? But because we won't take the initiative. Now, there are those of us in pockets, right? There are those that are astute enough and really have a relationship with the universe, but they are smart enough to know that I cannot exert myself into a position where it causes me to become vulnerable to attacks because no one is going to come to what my rescue or come to my aid or to assist me. This is why you don't have, by and large, a group of those that know how things operate. Now, what you do is you have a whole bunch of people out here that's talking a whole bunch of bullshit about something they know nothing about. And this is what the elders taught us. One of the things that the elder taught us was that those that know don't say. But those that know don't say, right? And I'm still getting it wrong. Those that don't know are the ones that are doing all of the talking. They'll talk all day. They'll say shit that don't even make sense. But those that do know, you're not going to find them in an arena just talking and have this need and this feeling. Yes, yes, indeed. Queen Octavia. We know how to shut up. We know how to be quiet, right? Those that do know, those that don't know, will do all of the talking. Okay. And this is one of the situations that we're in because what it does is it creates noise, creates static, so that those that would hear can't hear because of the static. And so in the arena, which is why our European counterparts for educational purposes only flooded the market with the ability to get a microphone. Back in the day, you had to earn the right to get the mic. Mm, right. That rhymed, didn't it? You had to earn the right to get the mic. You didn't just get the mic because you had something to say. No, you had to earn that. And then you had to exhibit a certain kind of level of communicate. You had to have the ability to communicate on a level where it unlocked certain parameters, and those that were listening knew you knew what you were talking about. Today, that ain't nothing because what you have are neophytes. See, neophytes are drawn to neophytes because it is parochial conversation and information that's being distributed among themselves. But those that have real information, it's going to cost you something, right? It's going to cost you something. Oh, it's wind down Wednesday, baby. It's grown folk conversation up in here, right? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, if we're all on the same page, do this for you, for me, and for us. Go ahead and put a one on the timeline. If we're all on the same page, okay. All right. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, we have a few minutes left. Listen, this is where I take a pause for the cause. Thank you for your donation, Queen Octavia. Thank you for your donation, Pastor Singletary. Thank you for your donation, Prince of Peace. Thank you for your donation, Master Teacher, Quantum Shifter, the Shape Shifter, the Code Breaker, baby. Thank you all for your donation. This is where I pause and calls for donations. Y'all got out ahead of me. Listen, I know you're in the room tonight, and if you're available and you're able, go ahead and donate. Information is scrolling across the bottom for you. Cash App, PayPal is scrolling toward the bottom for you. And listen again, y'all. Shout out to DJ Boogie, grown folk, past the present. Shout out to the Regime Squad. Shout out to LL. Yes, indeed, the Master MC. Shout out to Q. Yes, indeed. Shout out to my boy out of Ohio, Jack C. I see you, Jackie, out there getting it on, boy. All right, y'all, look at this. Everybody putting them ones out there. Yes, indeed. This what's up. This how it happen. This how it go down. All right, y'all. We got a few more minutes left. Let me see. If you're donating, please go ahead and put it on the timeline if I don't call your name out because I don't want to miss you. Okay? Because this is it's very important and we want to acknowledge you. Okay? We want to acknowledge you because that's a great feat. Yes, indeed. Thank you again, Queen Octavia, for your donation. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pull up this last bail and we're gonna get into this B portion of this conversation. We got about 10 minutes left. I want to hear from y'all. Put something out there on the timeline real quick, y'all. Yes, indeed. Yep, yep. And remember, please, if you have a podcast, if you have a book, um, if you have a business, whatever you have, please put it on the timeline. Shout out to Beat It Vibrations by Kafira. Yes, indeed. She had an amazing weekend jazz festival that she showed up and showed out with her collection. Uh, she does those beads and necklaces and all kinds of things. She keep me draped out. She keep me pumped up out there like that. You understand me? Yes, indeed. Thank you for that, Queen Octavia. Great wind down Wednesday therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Did I say what group? Um, and it's referring to, I'm sorry because I'm losing my thought in that ram, Queen Octavia. Please let me know deeply. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's toast. I see y'all up in here tonight. Salute. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, JW. I did 217, baby. Thank you for your donation. Yes, indeed. Gratitude, gratitude. Earlier I said I was a part of this. Oh, you're talking about back in the 70s. No, when we were in the 70s, we knew that we were referred to as colored folk. We had went from negro or negro to colored people, right? So, but when we moved to colored people, that started an all inclusive gathering of all kinds of other ethnicities that weren't included in that particular word, color, right? And so here it is, we're getting robbed again. So now here come Messy Jesse. Here come here come here come Messy Jesse. Messy Jesse. Messy Jesse, boy, he turned a whole bunch of stuff upside down. Messy Jesse said, Messy Jesse said, we African Americans. That nigga, he gave us two continents. You're African and you're American. How can you? Come on, man. Eh, How many of you all know Messy Jesse did that? If you know Messy Jesse did that, put the two on the timeline. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson, and peace be upon him, because he recently transitioned. But Jesse was messy. Yes, indeed. Jesse was always doing something, man. And I have the utmost respect in regards to him, but Jesse was messy, y'all. Gratitude, gratitude, the intuitive one, Craig Leverett. Thank you for your donation. Yes, indeed. Shout out to all of you all, man. You all are some wonderful, gracious, tenacious, and people of gratitude. I love you all. Yes, indeed. Jesse Messy, man. Messy Jesse. We're African Americans. He come up with the Rainbow Coalition. That's how now Jesse is the reason why you have the Rainbow Coalition. Jesse did that stuff, man. Listen, li- look, look, look. I ain't look now, people. will try to make you choose, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you are homophobic. I'm not homophobic. Get out of here. It's people in my family. And I'm pretty sure that particular behavior touches most of our families, right? So we don't have nothing against that. But I'm pro pussy. I say that again for entertainment purposes only. I'll say this one more time. I am pro pussy. I'm not against anybody else, and whatever you doing, do it. Do it to your best ability. Do it expeditiously. Do it however you want to do it. But don't bring it to me because I am pro pussy. I want you to know that. Right? Okay. This grown folk conversation. Now, listen, if you ain't grown, get your ass out the room. Now, and if you're religious and you think I've gone too far, then that's on you. You deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. I got the microphone and I'm always responsible with it. All right. Look what look what Octavia said. Octavia said, "Lord." Look at what DW217 said, y'all. Okay. Pastor Singletary, don't send me to hell. I know I'm out here. I know it. Okay. And the Prince of Peace says it's so important to understand that we are not considered citizens. This means we need a unify we need to unify on a real level. We are the source of our rescue. Absolutely. Let me read that again. I'm sorry, Prince of Peace. I didn't do it justice. It's so important to understand that we are not considered citizens. This means we need to unify on a real level. We are the source of our rescue. And I agree with that. Look at Pastor Singletary cracking up. But to be honest, Pastor Singletary, some people are never going to get the truth and never get healing and never get what they need to hear to pull them out of a place that may be detrimental to them. And this is one of the reasons why I undertook this. And I've been getting a great deal of pushback, of course, from the church. The church say he is the devil. He's full of the devil. He's out there drinking wine and all of these things. Well, that's the same problem that they had with Yahushua. Yahushua was out there. They called him a wine bibber. They said that he was hanging out with the publicans, which means that he was hanging out with people at parties and different types of things of that nature, and hanging out and talking to them and demonstrating with them. Why? Because they needed what he had. You couldn't lock it up in four walls. And then he told them that, listen, every stone that you see shall be overturned. He said, none of this stuff. Yes. Yes, indeed. Gratitude, Pastor. He said, none of this stuff y'all looking at, man. Ain't none of this stuff gonna be here. And he said, listen, here's the thing that he told them. He said, the revolution, like them boys Steel Paul says, that's why there's got to be a revolution. Did you hear that? Look, so he knew what the revolution was going to be. He says, listen, all of this finna get ready to flip into being spiritual. It ain't going to be no church religion, none of that. All of this is going to be spirit communicating with spirit, and it's going to be based upon authenticity, which is the highest frequency. Not love, it's authenticity. So what he was saying is that they that are going to worship, they must worship in spirit and in what? In truth. Your spirit will determine where you ultimately engage and who you engage with. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk to me tonight. This is Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a Sip. Grown folk conversation. I am your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander, the people's podcast. It is the biggest, the largest. Y'all understand me? All right, let me see. Oh, y'all look like we out of time. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. And look, fam, look like we are out of time. I try to give you all 60 minutes, try to keep it at 60 minutes. Yes, indeed. Queen Tracy says the biggest, largest. Queen, I tell you, said pop that. Listen, if you're in the house tonight, man, and you've had an amazing time in Wind Down Wednesday, hanging out with the host with the most, the one, go ahead and put a 7 on the timeline. 7 represents a ram of completion. Represents a ram of completion. If you had an amazing time, go ahead and put a 7 on the time. Shout out to all of you all. Again, if you haven't had an opportunity to pick it up, pick it up. Love is for suckers. Shout out to T Swin and J Bean. Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, man. They got thousands and thousands of followers over there. And they invite me on their podcast. Shout out also to She Trucking. For all of you females that haven't had an opportunity to check her out, I've been on her podcast as well. She's Trucking. Also, shout out to Empress Yamaya and heiress Jacqueline. Shout out to them. Um, Shout out also to Pocahontas Ashe. Shout out to you. Shout out to all of you all again. Black Moses Freedom Festival, Queen Basu, Dr. Clea. Dr. Clea also has out a book. Let me see if I can put my hands on it. Dr. Clea also has out a book calling Creating the Amazing You. She's out of the ATL as well. Also, out of New York, Ocean of Thoughts, Rosalind Severin McLean. She has 3 of these and also a children's book out. Uh, shout out, shout out to them. If you have paraphernalia, do this for you, for me, and for us. Send it to me, and I will advertise it for what? Free. Won't charge you nothing. This is the People's Podcast. It is the biggest, the largest. It's where you can come and you can be recognized, right? And you can be celebrated. Where? Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. Why? Because one love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Yes, indeed. That's where we at, baby. It's one love up in here. That's all it is. One love. And we do it just like that. Listen, all of you that have donate tonight, man, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Intuitive One. Shout out to Queen Trace and Anthony Love. Shout out to the Prince of Peace. Shout out to the Master Teacher. Uh, Shout out to Pastor Singletary. Shout out to all of you all for your support. And if I missed anyone, or to my head and not my heart, right? If you learned something new tonight, go ahead and put a 1 on the timeline. And we're going to get out of here. Go ahead and put a 1 on the timeline. And we will get up out of here. Let me do this real quick too. Let me post y'all 7s. Okay. Let me put them 7s up there. I think it's very important because 7 is a very powerful number. 7 in the Hebrew is the word Sheba. Sheba means completion, to bring things to their completion, and not only to bring it to its completion, but it also means to bring it to its perfection. The number 7, and it has other meanings, but that's just a few of them. I just want to recognize you all because what? This is the People's Podcast. As Queen Tracy says, what? The biggest, the largest. You understand me. Yes, indeed. One love. Yeah. One heart. Let's get together and feel all right. Yes, yes. Who, me? Yeah. I'm not Lollipop Man. I'm not known as the long haired sucker. This is not WFUNK, better known as We Funk. A big mouth funky people. I want my funk uncut. We gonna party. P-Funk. Now that's my shout out to grown folk, past and present, to DJ Boogie, the original gangster, baby. By way of 312-217, the ATL. He'll be in concert this weekend in the ATL. Let me get y'all, let me post y'all, and we're going to get up out of here. Sorry for holding you all beyond the time. Yes, indeed. It ain't nothing but one love. Yes, indeed. Bar Molly, the legend. Yes, indeed, Pastor. You own it. I say you sharp. I gotta watch you, Pastor. You sharp. You sharp. Hey, listen, everybody give Pastor Singletary a hand, y'all. Put a 2 on the timeline if he's still in the room. Give Pastor Singletary a hand. Put a 2 on the timeline. Pastor, we recognize you. We love you. Thank you for the support. You in with the family, baby. Everybody, if you're still in the room, go ahead and put a 2 on the timeline before we get up out of here real quick. And real quick, everybody, hit them emojis real quick. Go ahead. Bam, 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 boom, 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 booyah. Hit those emojis real quick while I give y'all a hand. Y'all deserve a hand. Yes, indeed. Wait a minute. One more time. And y'all deserve a drum roll. Yes, indeed. Isn't that something? Yes, indeed. There it is. We recognize you, Pastor. Gratitude for your time and for you hanging out with us. You own like a telephone. Yes, indeed. And y'all, of course, y'all know we mourn and growing and doing what it is that we're supposed to do. So listen, it's Wednesday, baby. Y'all know we got a couple of more days to go for it's the weekend before it's Friday, right? I listen, y'all know I love and enjoy hanging out with y'all. Y'all know what time it is, right? Y'all know always do what? Hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. Meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. What? One what? One love. Eternal light. Peace. Power. Prosperity. And what? Excellent health in the words of the Prince of Peace. Shalom Aleichem Mishpikar. That means peace be upon you, prosperity, great health, all those things be upon you until we what? Meet again.